The NBA's trade deadline has come and gone once more, and this year's deals derby was a doozy. There were trades leading up to Thursday's deadline and then 14 more on the final day, the most in 30 years, and 19 of 30 teams joined in on the action, tied for the most in the past 3 decades, with 34 players changing squads in all, a huge number. So, who were the winners and who were the losers, and does any of it really matter, given how ridiculously stacked the Golden State Warriors are? Yes. You never know when injuries can strike, weird things occasionally happen, and just getting to the finals is a massive achievement for a majority of NBA franchises. The winner's LeBron's ego. Those top teams in the East, yeah, they're going for it, James told The Athletic on Thursday night. They know they ain't gotta go through Cleveland anymore. Everybody in the East thinks they can get to the finals because they ain't gotta go through me. He has got a point. East rivals weren't loading up when they knew he'd perennially beat them the way they did this year, with the all-time great safely plying his trade in Los Angeles. Milwaukee Bucks, the team with the best player and defense in the conference, added deadly floor spacer Nikola Mirotic, who was huge in last year's New Orleans Pelicans upset of Portland in the first round. Mirotic is averaging close to 17 points and 8 rebounds, both career bests, and didn't cost the Bucks much. Prospect thon maker and 4 second-round picks, only 2 of which should have any value. Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers accomplished many things. They arguably got more for Tobias Harris, a player they clearly weren't keen on re-signing to a max contract this summer, than Minnesota got for Jimmy Butler. They cleared Avery Bradley's 2019-20 salary off of the books, which will help in the Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, whomever pursuit, while also bringing in solid veterans JaMychal Green and Garrett Temple. And if this takes them out of the playoff race, well, that's probably a good thing, since that would mean the Clippers keep a lottery pick this year, helping with the retooler pursuit of a star in a trade, instead of surrendering it to Boston. Philadelphia 76er Sheriff provides Butler insurance in case he either gets hurt or bolts after the season. He also gives the Sixers a deadly outside shooter and another strong piece. The team also did what it could do: salvage the Markelle Fultz disaster, getting a depth player, Jonathan Simmons, while recouping a bunch of the draft picks surrendered to acquire Harris in various deals and shooter James Ennis. Toronto Raptors. Instead of missing out on all the fun, the front office grabbed a potential difference-maker in Marc Gasol, depending on how much he has left in the tank, at a surprisingly reasonable cost. Gasol opens up many things for Toronto at both ends of the floor, is a proven veteran who won't be scared in the big moments. If he were a few years younger, the Raptors would be the clear favorites in the East. Alas, it was still a bold and needed move. Surrendering middling assets to lower the luxury tax bill isn't an issue, especially if a quality player or two arrives via the buyout market. New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans didn't cave and take an uninspiring offer from the Lakers just to end the Anthony Davis drama. Now a franchise that desperately needs to do okay when it moves the best player it will likely ever employ should see better offers in the offseason. Jason Tatum would be the ideal target. It's going to be a little weird playing Davis, who will likely be booed at home, but it's better than just accepting a bad package from Los Angeles. Dallas Mavericks. Go Kristaps Porzingis early on and unloaded Harrison Barnes. Not bad. The loser Charlotte Hornets came close on a deal for Gasol, but couldn't close it off. Now the Hornets have to sell all-star starter Kemba Walker on a future with the franchise having done nothing at all at the deadline. Not tremendous, guys. All-Star Weekend will be the highlight of the season for Michael Jordan's franchise. Memphis Grizzlies didn't get a whole lot for franchise icon Gasol. Failed to move fellow Grizzlies legend Mike Conley Jr. Yes, they have Jaren Jackson III, who should be a perennial all-star in time, but Memphis badly needs to get some good players in his age bracket to grow with Jackson. Boston Celtics. Boston's rivals all got better, but Danny Ainge's team continued to sit on the sidelines. True, the Celtics were hamstrung by the CBA and couldn't go after Davis, and, yes, Boston still has a roster loaded with talent, but it's tough to sit around while everyone is improving around you. Los Angeles Lakers couldn't get a Davis deal done, and now it's unlikely he ends up in Los Angeles. Plus, the team was destabilized by New Orleans allegedly leaking all of the trade offers. The Lakers lost a couple of C-level prospects, but at least they got sharpshooter Reggie Bullock, who should fit in well alongside James. Atlanta Hawks couldn't sell off Kent Bazemore or Jeremy Lin. Not egregious mistakes, but Atlanta hoped to add an asset or two. Washington Wizards. The Wizards cleared some cap, important since John Wall is owed a ton of money, but did the team go far enough? How about cashing in Bradley Beal to propel a 2-year tank this season and next, until Wall is ready to return and contribute? And how about selling off some of the free agents to be or getting more for Otto Porter Jr.? WHO knows, Chicago Bulls. This team stinks and has stunk for years. At some time you need to start adding quality players. Wendell Carter Jr. was a start, and now Porter Jr., providing he can get healthy and return to the player he once was, will also help. His contract isn't great, but it makes more sense to pay a proven starter instead of ponying up 70% or so of the money for Portis. Sacramento Kings still aren't sure if Barnes is good or not, but he should be an upgrade for a Kings team that doesn't have its first-round pick as eager to finally return to the playoffs. The cost wasn't high, so why not? Portland Trail Blazers. Rodney Hood is always injured, but has some talent and could be a nice wildcard come playoff time. Orlando Magic. Orlando or Phoenix had to take a chance on Fultz. After bungling so many picks and cycling through about 45 point guards in recent years, the Suns probably should have taken the leap, but the Magic makes sense too. It barely cost Jeff Weltman and the Magic anything to roll the dice on the former #1 overall selection. New York Knicks free agency will determine whether the Knicks were correct to dump Porzingis.